Hello and welcome back to Let's Practice English channel. This is Hנادي again, and today we are going to continue. رح منكمل السلسلة يلي نحنا already بلشنا فيها يلي هي عن verb tenses. So حكينا ب 2 videos قبل عن the present simple, حكينا عن the present continuous, and today we're gonna learn about the past simple. So keep watching. The past simple is one of the most common tenses to talk about the past. So هو past simple من أكثر الأزمنة استخداما للدلالة على الماضي. واليوم رح نتعلم نحن متى بنستخدمه وكيف بنستخدمه وشو أشكاله. أولاً رح نبدأ بشرح مبسط. نحن بنستخدم past simple لما نكون عم نحكي عن حدث بلش بالماضي، بدأ بالماضي، وانتهى أيضاً بالماضي. So it has started and ended in the past. For example, I went to the theater yesterday. أنا رحت على السينما yesterday. بمعنى آخر, I'm not over there anymore. أنا ما بعدني بالسينما. حدث صار, كنت بمكان وانتهى هيدا الحدث وأنا ما بقى بهيدا المكان نفسه. We also have some keywords, كلمات بدلنا إنه نحنا بهيدا الحالة لازم نستخدم past simple يلي هي مثلا لما نحنا نقول yesterday، لما نقول last like last week الأسبوع الماضي، last month, last year. And when we say ago, like 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago. So last week, yesterday, and many others. And now we're gonna start with the positive form of the past simple. كيف نحنا فينا نحكي جملة بالإيجاب بالpast simple؟ أولاً وطبعاً مثل أي جملة نحنا فينا subject, verb, and then the rest of the sentence. So رح نبدأ بالفاعل, then الفعل يلي هو رح بيكون بالpast simple. للpositive form, الpast simple verbs ممكن ينقسموا لقسمين. We have the regular verbs and we have the irregular verbs. For the regular verbs, الفعل يلي بيلتزم بالقاعدة يلي هو بياخد الفورم المتعارف عليه للpast يلي هو verb plus ed. For example, call, called, wait, waited, marry, married. We drop the y and add ied. So this is the form يلي هو نحنا بنعرفه, we add ed. بس أيضا نحنا عنا verbs هني irregular ما بيلتزموا بالrule. For example, من هودي الأفعال في عنا be, was, were. We have, had, not halved, have, had. Go, went, not goed, go, went. Do, did, do, did. We also have give, gave, gave, not gived, gave. Take, took, took. So these are the irregular verbs. هيدي الأفعال اللي ما بتلتزم بالقاعدة. طبعا نحنا في عنا list, a very famous list اللي هي بتبقى فيها verbs, irregular verbs وشو تصريفهم مع past simple and then the past participle in the third column. So let's look at some examples. I went to Paris last week. They were in London last month. And now we can talk about the past simple negative. كيف أنا فيني أحكي عن past simple بس بالنفي. So first of all, let's look at an example. We won the match yesterday. We won the match. ربحنا بالمباراة. If I want to say ما ربحنا, لم نربح, أنا شو ممكن أقول؟ اللي بعمله إنه أنا بضيف did not plus the verb. بس في عنا rule يلي هي إنه الverb بعد did not بيرجع لأصله. So I cannot say I did not won or we did not won. To past, never. We did not win yesterday. So to form the past simple in the negative form يلي علينا نعمله انه نحن نزيد did not or didn't، اختصار did not plus verb بس بأصله. منرجع الفعل to its base form. Let's look at some more examples. I'm gonna say a sentence in the positive form of the past simple, and then I'll give you about 5 seconds to think about the negative form. So, I played tennis yesterday. I played tennis yesterday. أنا كيف فيني أحط هيدي sentence in the negative form? Think about it. We say, I didn't play tennis yesterday. Can I say I didn't played to past? Never. I didn't play. I didn't play tennis yesterday. Let's look at one more example. I worked last week. I worked last week. What is the negative form of this sentence? I didn't work last week. I didn't work last week. Then we have I studied hard last weekend or last night. I studied hard last night. What is the negative form? I didn't study hard. I did not, didn't, plus study. I cannot say I didn't studied. This is completely wrong. I didn't study hard last night. And with the last one, it was hot last week. It was hot. This one is a bit tricky, so I'm gonna give you a chance to think about it, but we're not gonna add did not. So it wasn't hot. It wasn't. Why I didn't add did not? It did not was, or it did not is. Because was is the past of is. It is hot today. It was hot yesterday. It was. So same لما نحن بيكون عنا is بالpresent negative form isn't. It is. It isn't. وبما انه is الpast its past form is was بيصير عندي it was, it wasn't. They were, they weren't. So يلي أنا بزيده for was and were يلي هني verb to be in the past, what I add هي not, only not. So it wasn't, they weren't. وهلأ رح نحكي عن طريقة طرح السؤال بالباست simple. مثل ما حكينا عن غير tenses، نحن في عنا two forms of asking a question. The first one is yes or no questions، ونحن بنسميهم yes or no questions لأنه جوابه ممكن يكون عنده احتمالية إنه يكون yes، ممكن يكون عنده احتمالية جواب no. Let me give you an example and then we can talk about its form. So we say, was it cold yesterday? Was it cold yesterday? So يلي نحن بنعمله for for yes or no questions هو نحن الform verb to be was were. So verb to be in the past is was or were. So was were plus subject plus the rest of the sentence. So we switch the order لأنه نحن معودين بيكون عنا subject verb. But in the question forms we flip between them, we switch the order. So رح بصير عندي أنا verb to be اللي هو was or were plus the subject. Let me give you an answer for this question. So was it cold yesterday? I can say yes it was, no it wasn't. Yes it was, no it wasn't. That's why we call them yes or no questions. And for the second form of the questions in the past simple للشكل الثاني في عنا ال WH questions, and we call them WH questions لأنه السؤال ممكن بيبدأ بالخمس كلمات يلي بتدل على السؤال يلي هن ببلشوا ب WH, 4 of them, and one starts with H يلي هن how, who, what, where, and when. They all start with WH ما عدا how. So that's why we call them WH questions. Now let me give you an example. Where were you yesterday? Where were you yesterday? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? يلي لاحظنا بهودي ال two examples إنه يلي عم بيكون عندي هو was or were plus verb to be plus subject. Where were you? WH question, verb to be, and then the subject, and then the rest of the sentence. Now it's time for practicing. راح نتمرن على القصص يلي نحن هلا درسناها. So راح بيكون عنا a sentence, the verb that is between brackets بين قوسين نحن راح نصرفه بالpast simple. If it's positive, if it's negative, if it's a question form, it's your turn now to practice. So let's start with the first one. She worked in Cairo in 2005. So she worked in Cairo in 2005. 2005 is not now, it's in the past. And work is a regular verb. It's regular. And with regular verbs, what do we add? We add ed. So, she worked in Cairo in 2005. So we add ed. She worked in Cairo in 2005. Now, for number 2, they drive to Egypt yesterday. Yesterday. They drive. Drive is an irregular verb. So they drove to Egypt. They drove. Drive, drove in the past. And for irregular verbs ما عنا لهم قاعدة. نحن يلي علينا نعمله إنه نحن نحفظ الليست. في عنا list of the most 50 common irregular verbs يلي هي بتضم 50 irregular verb الأكثر استخداما نحن علينا إنه نحفظها. So now for number 3, it be cold last month. Verb to be. It be cold last month. It was cold last month. Number 4, he not sleep well last night. He didn't sleep well last night. We add did not plus the verb in its base form. He didn't or did not sleep well last night. Number 5, I see you last week. See. I saw you. I saw you last week. I saw. Saw, see, saw. It's an irregular verb. Number 6, they watched the game yesterday. They watched the game yesterday. Watched. I add ed. For number 7, why she eat too much yesterday. Why did she eat too much yesterday? And for the last one, she tired last week. She was tired last week. And now we have a conversation between Robert and Alice. Robert and Alice are talking about something that happened in the past. So Robert and Alice عم يحكوا عن شيء صار بالpast. So we're gonna role play the conversation. So I'm gonna be Robert أنا رح بحكي عن Robert, the person who is asking, and you are going to be Alice, the person who is answering. So أنا بقرا part. Robert, you read Alice's part. So, hi Alice, what did you do last weekend? What did you buy? Who did you play against? And did you win? What did you do after your tennis match? Did you eat in a restaurant? And how was the dinner? Did you enjoy it? Okay, perfect. So this was all for today for the past simple. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can watch our next videos. And our next video is gonna be about the past continuous. So don't miss it. Bye bye.